Hey guys, welcome back to the Hustlin' Horsepower YouTube channel. I'm going to go over a couple things in this video here. It's basically just going to be me talking. So if you're here just for action, sorry, I guess you could say. So I'm going to go over about what the status is on the car, things that are going in the process, and things that we're working on. So we're working on the chassis. Been working on the chassis for a little while. We're like 4 days into the build right now. I screwed up just a little bit, and I forgot to order up the brackets from Tin Soldiers Race Cars to start on the back half. So it is Tuesday now. I got a lot of work done over the weekend. So we're basically day 4 into the build right now. And you can't really order parts on the weekend. So yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, Maddie ordered the 4-link brackets to start on the back half of the car from Tin Soldiers. So that's in the process. Next is I'm possibly, definitely not right now, but I'm possibly going to be looking for another trailer like that I sold shortly before we lost the Homegrown Hustler. I had a 34, 36 foot trailer that I sold for like $8,500, and it's big enough to fit 2 cars, but it's basically large enough to fit a car, our merchandise, and some spare parts and stuff like that in it. So I'm possibly going to be looking for another one of those so that I can sell my stacker trailer. I'd have to sell the stacker first, but yeah. So if I sell the stacker trailer, it is very handy to have a lift and stuff like that at the track. It gives me the ability to do some work on other people's cars while we're at the track and stuff like that. Gives me a platform to do some welding and stuff like that for other people while we're at the track. And it is a very nice item to have, but it just that price difference between a regular trailer and the stacker trailer might be nice to have in our pocket right now. So that's a possibility. So guys, if you have a trailer that you're possibly going to be looking to sell that you don't need to sell right now, please let me know. I'd possibly be interested in that. So that's that. Also going to be looking for some parts. Looking for that 15x14 double B-lock wheel, Chevy Bolt pattern, 5.5 inch backspace. Also looking for a big block Chevy blower intake that is probably something with a little bit longer runner on it would be preferred. So getting into the video here, I'm going to talk about a couple of things and going about the process of the chassis and some more details for some of you guys that want to know a little bit more. And a lot of people are asking, is it a tube chassis car? No, if it was a tube chassis car, it would have frame rails running all the way from the front all the way to the back. I'm building this car very similar to how they build a lot of the cars that are like not store-bought cages, but cages that you can order from a reputable fabrication shop that you can put under your chassis. That will make it very easy for me to I don't want to say it this way, but it'll make it very easy for me to repair this car if we get pit maneuvered again or something like that. So guys, to go into a little bit more detail as to why I'm doing the cage I'm doing it, it's a little bit easier on me to do the car in this method than having the frame rails on it and some extra pieces that aren't necessarily needed right now. Someone like Matt Moore, I believe I met him back in like Drag Week or something like that, back in 2013, 2014, something like that. But someone like Moore Racecraft or some of these other people that do a lot of cages for everything from Mustangs to F-bodies to Chevy 2s, they build the cage that you could literally take that cage, basically like what I'm building here. It's a little bit different because I'm doing a 33 Dodge, but you can take that cage and you slide it up under any body. That's the way I'm deciding to do this car. Now, if you're doing it, doing a different type of car or something that you don't necessarily know where all your points need to land, as far as having the frame rails in the car and having other parts in the car, if you don't have the jig set up like how I set it up, you're going to have to do it in a different method. It just is what it is, because you got to know where all your points have to land for everything from your transmission crossmember to your A-pillar bars to your main hoop to the taper of the rails to you know, the height of your door bars, because you got to have your seat in position and stuff like that. That stuff all falls into place when you're starting a car from scratch. So since this is my second 33 Dodge that I've built, I already know all those dimensions, and I got the old homegrown Hustler chassis that is sitting, that the four-door body is sitting on, that you'll might possibly see in the background in some of the videos. I could go back there and I could get all the measurements off of that car. So it makes it a little bit easier on myself doing it in that method, simply just for ease of operation. So just to clarify that up, it is not a tube chassis car, it's a back half car, just very similar to how a lot of Mustangs and Chevy 2s and F-bodies are actually put together. So you could just cut out the floor, put the cage up in it, weld it to the rocker bars, and you got your certified car. You add some front riggers, you add some back bars, and you got your full cage in the car just like that. But they don't make them for a 33 Dodge. And hell, I like building stuff, so. Chromoly, because Chromoly is the Chromoly and Docol R8 are the only two materials that are certifiable past 750 in the quarter mile, 7.5 seconds in the quarter mile. If you see a car that is mild steel, MIG welded, square tube, all those cars will only certify to 7.5 seconds in the quarter mile. You will see some people in like other forms of motorsports that MIG weld chromoly, but in drag racing it is not certifiable. It has to be TIG welded. So we use something like ER70 S2 filler rod, and on the chromoly stuff I use basically everything is 1/16 filler rod. For doing a mild steel car, I believe that's a mild steel filler rod, but that's the recommended filler for chromoly. But in something like a mild steel car where it's mostly 120 wall material, I'll use something like a 3/32 filler rod. You definitely don't want to have gaps and stuff like that in the chassis, simply because of the heat affected zone. The heat affected zone is similar to like a paper clip. If you start bending like a paper clip, it's going to crack eventually. That's because you know, you get that you get a focus area that gets affected and makes it brittle in that area. So yeah, what else? We're going to be working on possibly, so I'm going to work on some more of the cage stuff today and probably start working on the front axle. Probably start working on the front axle. And then Maddie's headed over to Pete Harrell HED. He's got the blocks and stuff like that after I picked him up from the previous machine shop. So Pete's been getting some stuff done on the machine work, and we're going to see if that stuff has the ability to be done in the next like 6 weeks or so. If not, we're probably going to get Boostus, my friend's son over here, Caden. School is just over for the high school, middle school, and high school kids. So they might come over and help take out the Mustang, or take the motor out of altered intentions, because I believe something got upset in the accident when we lost the homegrown Hustler. I went for a pretty good tumble, and the motor did as well. So we've had some oil pressure issues since after the accident. So that's the only reason why we're not running altered intentions right now. Not the only reason. I want to build this new car, but altered intentions, the chassis and stuff like that was working pretty well, but we were just having durability issues. So that's one of the reasons why we're parked right now, is simply to get that aspect of the program in line. Like I talked about in this stuff, there's a lot of different aspects to be able to be successful in this sport. One is the chassis tuning, one is the power management tuning, then you got the driving aspect of it, and then you got the durability aspect of it. And they all work together to be able to form a whole functioning or well-oiled program. So we're trying to focus on some of that stuff, and I'm trying to knock this new chassis out and trying to make it the best that I can. So yeah, that's that. And I'll try to get out a video this evening for you guys, but here's a little bit of something for you today. Appreciate it, guys. Get you through the workday. Keep on hustling.